Hello everyone. As you are aware that NSW government has recently published their occupation list, we are here to give you some information about these skill migration updates. These updates implemented by New South Wales government, especially for subclass 190 nomination. The NSW government has left a very small group of professionals or migration aspirants amused, but most of the PR aspirants are heartbroken, as the requirements of work experience for most occupations are not practical at all. Talking about the major changes to New South Wales government's nomination criteria, first of all, it's expression of interest. In order to be considered for next invitation round by NSW government, please make sure that you have recently submitted your expression of interest, because old EOIs will not be considered by NSW. Second change is about the residency requirements. People who have been residing in NSW since past 6 months will be considered for nomination, or anyone in offshore. So either you are residing in NSW or you are in offshore, overseas, not in Australia. The fourth change is about the scores in experience, because NSW nomination is very competitive. So only highest point scorers will be given consideration. Talking about the list that NSW government has recently published for occupations they are going to nominate, we can categorize it in 4 different groups. So first group, we can call it a group of winners. We have very limited occupations. If your occupation is listed in this group, you don't need to show any work experience. So a positive skill assessment outcome is sufficient. The group includes ACS occupations like ICT managers. If we talk about VERASES occupations, they are like social professionals, research and development managers, etc. We also have teachers in demand in NSW, like early childhood teachers or secondary school teachers or special education teachers. Then we have social workers and community workers, and there are a number of trade occupations as well. The second group is, we can call it a group of front runners. There are more occupations listed in this particular group, in this particular category. We have ACS occupations like multimedia specialists or web developers. We also have VERASES occupations like graphic and web designers or conference and event organizers, counselors and insurance and risk surveyors. We also have nurses listed in this particular group, and then there are engineers like civil engineering professionals or electrical and electronic engineers, etc. We also have trade occupations like motor mechanics, carpenters, joiners, gardeners, hairdressers. If your occupation is there, it's listed in this particular group, then you need to show at least 1 year of post-qualification work experience, and your EOI will be considered by NSW government. The third group, we can call it group of strugglers. For this particular group, NSW is asking for at least 2 years of post-qualification work experience. The occupations listed in this particular group are ICT business and systems analyst, which is the most common occupation for IT professionals. Software and application programmers are also there. Database and system admins and network engineers are also in this particular group. We also have VERASES occupations for all the hospitality managers, actuaries, mathematicians and statisticians. We have landscape architects and interior designers and advertising and marketing professionals in this group. There are a few engineering Australia occupations as well, like telecom engineers, electrical engineering draftspersons or technicians. And then we have additional occupations like solicitors, medical technicians, etc. The fourth group is for professionals who need to show at least 3 years of post-qualification work experience before NSW government can consider their EOI. This is something which is not very practical. We have obviously accountants, auditors and finance managers listed, which means perhaps there is no hope for them. Then we have a number of VRSS occupations like health and welfare services managers, corporate services managers, public relations professionals. We also have Institute of Managers and Leaders occupations, IML or AIM, they previously known as, like advertising managers or public relation managers or sales managers. Then we have mining engineers or civil engineering draftspersons listed in this category as well. There are a number of TRA and other occupations are also listed in this particular group. In addition to the number of years of experience required for these occupations, the applicants or the aspirants also has to show a high point score. Some of the occupations then require 65 or 75, but then there are some occupations where you need to have at least 95 points before NSW government can consider your EOI. Practically speaking, New South Wales government has clearly expressed its unwillingness to offer nomination to various occupations. This is disappointing, but we hope in coming time it will be better. If you look at the common questions asked section of New South Wales government's website, they have clearly mentioned over there that please do not completely rely on NSW government to offer you nomination. If you are looking for a detailed explanation or further information about the nomination criteria for New South Wales government or any other state governments, or you are looking for subclass 190491 visa assistance, please do contact us. We would be more than happy to help you. Thank you very much and have a nice day.